Dear Diary, welcome to another depressing episode of My Life is Insane. I will try to remember to speak in a British accent so I sound more intelligent and articulate. Well, I'm already too intelligent, let's be frank. But my speaking voice is atrocious. So let's stick with. People say I have a big ego. Well, if I did, perhaps I would love my speaking voice. I don't. I love my singing voice. I hate my speaking voice. So we'll try and remember to do British accents. Now, this diary entry is really for all of my brothers out there in the world trapped in hell. Of course, this applies to females as well, because you humans, you still do not realize that you are stuck in a matrix. The matrix wasn't just a metaphor about real life. It is literally about real life. Our real world is literally a fiction. The grass is literally not greener on the other side. Nature lies to you. Your eyes, which are nature, deceive you. It's an optical illusion. The sky is not really blue. We know that now. It was a lie. Nature was lying to us. We know that love is a lie. You didn't choose to fall in love ever. It's chosen for you. It's pre-programmed into you. Like you're a robot. Everything is. I love pizza. I bet there's a very good chance that you love pizza and that all your friends love pizza. We're all the same programmed robot. I hate getting my teeth knocked out by a baseball bat. I would wager that you hate that too. We are all the same creature, just like, you know how many cats like to chase red laser dots? A lot of cats. Do you know how many dogs will eat the food off my plate? A lot of dogs. It seems like there is a pattern. If you look, you will see there is a pattern, an irrefutable, repeating pattern over decades, centuries, millennia, the same patterns and broken records. So now, today we're going to address the fact that men think, well, that life would be better if they were better looking or richer or whatever, and could get more women. You are wrong. There is one thing worse than being alone, and that's being with someone, because humans are wired to be pieces of shit. Selfish, lazy in the brain, lazy in the body, stupid, dishonest, petty, all of these things that are programmed into you, right? There was racism before there was media, right? Before there were humans, there was violence all over this world. It's nature that is evil. We just like to think we're smarter than that because we're humans and we have fucking the biggest egos in the fucking universe. Oh my god. So let's talk more about me, shall we? Now, I have what most men in human history would kill for. Since I was a boy, I've had umpteen women hit on me. In elementary school, in junior high, I got voted best eyes by the girls. And best dancer, in junior high, I had strange girls whistling at me when I walked down the hallways or saying nice ass. In high school, I had strangers, all these hot girls whistling at me and saying nice ass, nice ass. I do have a very lovely ass. Even lots of men have said, you've got a great ass. I know I do. Now, most of you would say, I wish I had a great ass. Why? Having a great ass is as shitty as having a shitty ass. My whole life, people have said I'm extremely good looking. When the last girl I was dating, the 18-year-old, Mary Moonlight, I was dating an 18-year-old girl with braces, and her dad was a police officer. And everyone said, are you on a suicide mission? I said, of course I am. She offered me her virginity, and I said no, because I have too much class and integrity. I didn't want to stay with her. She was a spoiled little brat, and I didn't think there was any reason I should take her virginity. Let someone who likes her a little bit more than I do have that. Of course, she was stupid like all humans are, and just let the first dude take it. Whatever. My point is this, we are doomed either way, people. Now, men, if you were born good looking, it's not going to help. It's like saying the grass sure looks nicer on my neighbor's lawn. Yes, it does appear that way superficially. It is an illusion. Everything in this world is fake. It's fake, it's a lie, and it's fake. Let me give you a few examples of what it's like being a sex symbol, okay? Because you all think, oh, that would solve a lot of my problems if everybody loved me or was attracted to me, and you are wrong. You are dumb. You are lazy in your thinking. And I'll give you just a few examples of why. I could give so many. Oh my God. I have so many stories about turning down hot chicks or being dumped by hot chicks or all variations thereof. And that's spending most of my life avoiding women. Yikes. One, here's an example. I could fuck any woman I want. Any married woman, any single woman. But that's not impressive. It's not that hard to fuck women. What's hard is to fuck a woman who will be loyal, who will actually sincerely love you. That's not easy. See, what society is so immature and doesn't realize is women can get sex any day they want. And they can get love any day they want because all men are wired to be insane horn dogs. But also, remember, men don't simply want to fuck everything that moves, they want to marry everything that moves. That's why nature made so many females have shrill voices. That's why Mother Nature made women cause so much trauma and headaches. So the men eventually, because men are lazy and they'll stay with a great girl for the rest of their life, women push the men away. The plan by nature is to produce more offspring. Had Eazy-E been with one woman, he probably wouldn't have had 11 kids or whatever. But by fucking lots of different women, he spread his seed and produced more offspring. Nature is a savage. Nature is a fucking imperialist. It's a fucking super Hitler. Wants to take over the world. So Mother Nature wants humans to procreate. That's why men are so fucking obsessed with sex. None of them chose to be obsessed. That's why women are obsessed with fucking money and greed. No woman chose to be obsessed with greed or attention or shoes or any of this crap. None of you humans chose these things. They were programmed in you from birth. You're robots. You're helpless puppets. I'm a helpless puppet too. I mean, I see the strings at least, but that doesn't make me not a puppet just because I can see the strings and most people can't. So let's get back to specific stories of what it's like to be a sex symbol so you understand the truth of how the human condition is a no-win situation. Now, that's not completely true. I, being the smartest human of all time, which isn't saying much, I have all the solutions to all of the problems you can name in your life. But that's why do you think the New York Times, the Daily News, Facebook, all of them have banned me over and over again? Why do you think? Because I have all the solutions. The problem is, those are solutions that the 1% do not like. For them to have 5 mansions, you must lose. For them to be more powerful and rich, we must have a society that is not fair and is not equal. We can fix human society in a week. It's not hard. The problem is all the people with the power have a vested interest in making sure it's never fair. Because if it's fair, then they will have only 1 or 2 mansions, as will everybody else. If life is fair, we'd all be making a comfortable financial living and never have to struggle for money. But then they wouldn't feel special. Now, it's not even their fault that these losers want to feel special like a Mike Bloomberg. That's wired into him also. It's another trick by fucking slimy Mother Nature. Okay, but I'm digressing as always. I apologize. Let's get to some hot stories of hot bitches and my sex symbol status and the struggles therein. Example. A couple years ago, I was at Bazaar Bushwick in Brooklyn, New York, and I was just there to watch the show. Part of me was like, I would love to meet an amazing girl to run away with. But I know there's no such thing. Whatever. And I know if the girl of my dreams out there, she's going to approach me. I don't hit on girls. The girl of my dreams is strong. She's take charge. She comes and approaches me, as Reverend Jen did, as Jessica Delfino did, blah, blah, blah. So I was at the show in the evening, and now it's a place with a lot of beautiful girls, a lot of beautiful dudes. Most of the time, my whole life, I'm usually, unfortunately, the best-looking man in the room. Now, all the men think, oh, I wish I was him. No, why? What perk is there? What fuck? You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You're lazy. You don't fucking think this shit through. So let me give you this example. For starters. So there I am. Now, the room is it's a crowded bar with a stage and tables and chairs for all the patrons, okay? Now, at the intermission, they have put on some dance music and people got to smoke and stuff, but a dance floor opens up, very small and cramped, and it's filled mostly with performance artists and people dressed like maniacs having a good fun time. Very fun to watch, the performance artists. I sometimes, if I'm drunk enough, I would dance with them because I'm a fabulous dancer, but I'm also a goofball who doesn't care what society thinks. So I generally tend to get too much attention, and that's bad for a lot of reasons. So I often try to just avoid the humans. So I'm in the outside of this dance floor watching, because it's fun to watch. You're watching some gorgeous girls getting all kinds of crazy, and you're even watching some gorgeous guys getting all kinds of crazy. It's great to watch. All of a sudden, this girl dancing in the mess reaches out to me specifically in the audience surrounding in the crowd, pretty crowded, and grabs my hand and pulls me onto the dance floor. Now, this would be most men's dream come true. Here's a hot chick telling you she wants to dance with you on the dance floor. Yow! And you're drunk and stoned? All right. But we know that's not true. For example, the fact that she is a strong woman means she has fucked a lot of men. Again, remember, women can never value love. They can never value sex any more than any man can value finding a penny on the sidewalk. Pennies are easy to come by. For women, sex and love is too easy to come by. Ask most attractive women. They'll tell you their lives are horrible because every man falls in love with them. Every friend, every coworker, every boss. It's annoying to have every man fall in love with you. Now, if they're a woman who doesn't have a lot of love, they'd be jealous of that. Again, it's catch-22. Grass is greener on the other side. We all think, those of us who don't get love think, man, if we just had love, love would be great. No, everything in moderation. All the beautiful people, or at least the beautiful girls, will tell you this love is like dirt. It's everywhere. It's unavoidable. It's drowning them. Every man wants to fuck them. Every man wants to marry them. So they don't value love. They do not value sex. Now, when an attractive girl hits on me, that tells me she's strong. That tells me she's a complete slut. Now, let me be fair. Unlike most human beings, I don't like it when men fuck lots of girls either. I'm not like those people. I'm a romantic, okay? So you might say, oh, you don't call men sluts. Yes, I do. I have prided myself on my life turning down 90% of the females who've hit on me. I've turned down thousands of women. I've turned down dozens of naked women in my bed who tried to fuck me, okay? I don't respect a guy who fucks lots of girls. It makes me think that they're losers, like they need the validation. I'm not impressed by people who fuck lots of other people. I think it's classless. I think it's crass. I think it's cheap. I think it cheapens sex. I think it cheapens love. I think it cheapens intimacy. Do you follow me? So, women and men are sluts. Now, men, you could maybe cut them some slack because it's much harder for a man to fuck lots of women than it is for a woman to fuck lots of men. But so, back to my point. When a strong woman hits on me, I'm not turned on because I know, oh yeah, I can fuck her, but she's just going to go fuck 50 million more men and keep climbing the ladder. That's how women are wired. So this hot girl invites me to the dance floor. At first, I was very hesitant. But then I was like, Christopher, you've got to learn to just not give a shit anymore. You've got to put your integrity, your intelligence on a shelf. It doesn't do you any good. It just makes you unhappy. Being smart makes you unhappy, Christopher. So I went along with it. And damn, this girl won me over really fast. Next thing I know, her and her friend, they're from out of town, like Colorado, and they're in town only for a few days or whatever. They're buying me shots of tequila, and we're getting drunk, and her and I are getting busy. We go to another bar. We go bar hopping, me and these two girls. The other friend later says she had the biggest crush on me and got her friend to hit on me. because the other friend didn't feel like she was in my league. Now, the cute girl, Jess, I forget her last name right now. She was fantastic. This girl was kind of tomboyish, but also beautiful. Her Facebook showed that she would snowboard, all kinds of stuff like that, very athletic. Anyhow, though, we went to the second bar we went to. Her and I ended up on the dance floor grinding, and my hands are up her shirt, and my hands are going down her pants. I'm going for it because I don't care anymore. I'm just being a complete nihilist or nihilist, depending on your persuasion. And she, at one point she says, we were in the bar, and she's like, I'd take you in the back and show you some really good stuff, like that she was going to do some very exciting things to me. We even got yelled at, I think, by somebody who came on the dance floor and said, you guys, everybody can watch you. We were getting pretty sexual on the dance floor. I like public sex. What can I say? And I don't give a shit what the neighbors think. But now that's irrelevant. The point is, I'm with this girl and I'm thinking, okay, I can't take it slow with her. She's only in town for a few days. I'm never going to see her again. Can I win this girl over? I would gladly date this girl and knock this girl up. And she's all I like, strong, tomboyish stuff. But the fact that she's so easy tells me that she doesn't like me. She likes me because I have long hair, that I'm good looking, that I look like a rock star, that I'm funny, whatever. She doesn't care about me. I'm just the latest in a string of good time nights for her. Do you understand? That's not a good feeling, being used. It's not. A lot of guys are like, I would love to be used by women. Yeah, you would maybe the first 3 times, and then you'd be depressed, okay? Nobody likes to be used. And all the women who've hit on me in my life, a lot of them didn't know my personality. They just saw me. I walk down the street and women hit on me all the time. They don't know who I am. They don't know my personality. They just see a good-looking guy. And they hit on me. That's depressing. Think about it. That's horrible. They're saying they don't care about my personality at all. They just like the trappings that they've been raised since they were born. And we know that. I mean, it's primal, too. Women like guys with long hair. It's primal. But that's cheap. I don't have long hair to impress girls. I have long hair because I hate short hair on guys. I like short hair on girls. I like long hair on guys. It's the way I am. I've always been that way. Just like if I say I like small breasts, and I do, I love small breasts. I do not like large breasts. Never did. But some people would say, oh, that's because you're a pedophile. Really? When I was a boy, I hated Playboy magazine. When I was a boy and I saw Penthouse and Playboy, I'd be like, ugh. I don't like their bodies. I don't like their hair. I don't like the makeup on their faces. I don't like their dead eyes. I don't like their dead personalities. This is gross. As a boy, I could not stand any of that porn shit. It was fucking crass, classless, uninteresting, desperate, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Now, anyhow, long story, a little shorter, me and this Jess girl, so we were bar hopping, and I think at one point I almost started making out with her friend, didn't I? I don't remember right now. Regardless, I was like, give me your phone number. I want to see you again. Or spend the weekend with me. Spend this whole weekend. I'll show you around town. But Jess, of course, being a strong, independent, hot female, didn't care. She had a whole weekend to hook up with as many guys, hot guys, as she wanted in New York City for adventure. Now remember, women think their genitals are dirtier and more vulgar than men think their genitals are. Do you know what that means, boys and girls? That means that women don't care how many guys fuck their pussy. Because women see their pussies as dirty holes filled with bacteria and evils. So they don't, you understand, they think it's a dirty hole. If they thought it was a precious hole, they wouldn't let every single man fuck them. But since women have this, and again, it's not women's fault, it's the way they're trained. All of this is biological. None of this is free will. So, I'm not impressed. This is why most men, they say, exaggerate how many women they've slept with, and most women lower the number of men they've slept with, so they don't appear to be whores. That's why society is wrong when they're trying to do this fake liberal stuff today where they're like, slut-shaming is so wrong, says Taylor Swift. Slut-shaming is so wrong. No, it isn't. We know what human beings would be like. when we give them what they want. If humans can have anything they want to eat, do you know what happens? Those humans become gluttons, and they stuff their fucking faces, and they pig out, and they get bloated, and they get fat, and they have to take 10 more shits a day, and they have to fart 10 times more a day. Am I lying to you? No, I'm not, okay? It is not healthy for a human being to get what they want. Of course, this again goes to our point. Life is a no-win situation. When you get what you want, you no longer want it, right? The more you eat, the more you want to eat. The more you fuck, the more you want to fuck. It's actually built into the biology. The more I smoke pot, the more my body builds up a tolerance to pot. So the more pot I smoke, the more pot I need to smoke. If you drink alcohol and you love what it does to you, and a lot of us do, your body will biologically resist it and build up a tolerance. So the more you drink, the more you need to drink. Same with eating, right? What happens? The more you eat, the more your stomach expands, so the hungrier you get. Am I making this up? Am I lying to you? No. Figure out how nature works. It's the only way your society and your race can move forward. You must figure out the protocols of nature in order to defeat them. The human brain is quite clever, and we can do this if you just stop being a lazy robot. Let's get back to hot sluts. I think slut shaming is important. I insult men all the time. I have lots of friends who fucked hundreds and hundreds of women, and I've yelled at them over and over again. I'm like, did you feel satisfied? No, it makes you want even more girls. You're not satisfied. It's a dog chasing its own tail. It's you keep going to the neighbor's yard. Oh, the grass isn't so green over there. It looks greener over there. And you go to the next yard and it looks greener over there, but it isn't. And you just keep going back and forth to the opposing yards because it's fake. It's all fake. Now, let's get back to Jess. Finish the story about Jess. I wanted to spend the rest of the weekend with this girl, and she was so amazing. Funny, playful, sexy as fuck, etc. Long brown hair, thin brown hair. Lovely body, lovely breasts, yes, of course it's exciting to meet a girl and then a few minutes later you're feeling her naked breasts inside of a bar. Yes, it's very exciting, very fun. So are donuts. Try eating 30 donuts in a row. You're going to puke your brains out. But I knew there was no way I could have this Jess. I would have married this girl. She was fantastic. Except I knew she was using me. And she would never settle down. Maybe if I was rich, she might settle down with me, but she was like 22 years old. She's not in the mood to settle down. She's in the mood to fuck as many guys as she can and have as many experiences and adventure and fun as she can. That means a lot of dicks. And that means none of the men does she care about. I'm just a piece of shit she's using. That is not a good feeling. Why do you think humans have always drank so much alcohol? It's to kill the pain of being alive. Why do you think humans eat so much food? To kill the pain of being alive. Why do you think Americans are the fattest people on earth? Because they're the most unhappy people on earth. Because first world problems are worse than third world problems. But don't get me digressing. Fuck you. Let's get back to hot chicks. Here's another story. All right, so anyhow, needless to say, Jess gave me the right phone number stuff. She never returned my texts again. I emailed her, nothing. She went on to all the future dudes. No surprises. She just used me for one night. She did say she'd meet me the next day, all kinds of other stuff. It was all lies. Next dude she saw that was attractive to her, she hooked up with, and so on. So you might say, well, that's better than having girls ignore you. No, in a way it isn't. Because Jess made me really, really like her, and then dumped me, essentially. You can ask rock stars, same thing happens to them. Again, you're Bono. Okay, Bono can have almost any woman he wants, sure, except for the fact that he's short, and so he knows deep down it's primal. So the only women who are going to really be into him are the ones who are shorter than him. The taller ones will be using him even harder. But here's the point. He can only marry one, right? He's not going to have 7,000 wives. So it's an impossible situation he's painted into. You understand? You think being a rock star is great. It's horrible. You're in a party. You can fuck any girl in the room you want. The problem is your body and your heart wants all of them, which is not possible. You can take all their phone numbers and do them one at a time. But now, you love them. Let's say there's 10 of them, and they're all smart. They're all funny. They're all beautiful. Okay, well, you're going to an award show next week. Which one do you bring? See? It's just more headaches, more difficulty, more impossibility. There's only so many hours in the day. He's only going to be alive for so long. He can't have most of the women he wants. He also meets women every day he wants to fuck who are married, who will not fuck him. There are women who hate his music, who will not fuck him. There are women who won't fuck him because he's too old now. There's all kinds of variations. Okay? My point is that money will not bring you happiness. Love and sex will not bring you happiness. They will bring you more heartache. We first have to all focus on fixing the matrix. Once you do that, we can move forward to the next stage of, can we have better lives? Can we make human society better? Can human beings have mostly fulfilling lives? Yeah, it can be done, but you have to first understand how your brain works. Let me give you another example. I went over my friend's house, Michael Portnoy's, one day here in the Lower East Side. Michael Portnoy, not that asshole Mike Portnoy. And his roommate, who was from Croatia, I think, she was cool, and she had a piano in her room. And one day, this cute nerd it was a loft. It's like 6 bedrooms. One day, this cute nerd walks through the kitchen or whatever to the bathroom. Glasses, blonde hair, small, high energy, like a little bunny rabbit. Smart, funny, irreverent. Oh my God, a hot nerd. Her real name was Jessica Williams, which is why I called her Hot Nerd officially, because Jessica Williams is a terrible name. This girl, I fell in love with her on the first date. Oh, so listen how I picked up this girl. This girl was my dream girl, okay? Hot nerd, feisty. She's 20 years old. Well, what I did was I wrote a little note and slipped it under Michael's roommate's door, and it said something like, "Hi, could you give this to your hot nerd friend with the glasses?" And it said, "I'd like to take you out on a date. It can either be a normal date, like restaurant or some shit like that, or it can be a very abnormal date. For example, I take you onto the Intrepid aircraft carrier in Midtown Manhattan. I have a friend who works there and get us free tickets. It is lots and lots, and the aircraft carrier is amazing. Lots and lots of little rooms, little rooms, little rooms." I said, "I would then sex you up throughout all those little rooms, and we'll call it Don't Ask, Don't Tell." And it'll be the first heterosex that ship has ever seen. Well, she emailed me and said, "Yeah, sounds like fun." She's like, "I'm more interested in the aircraft carrier." Unfortunately, we never made it that far. Our first date was at the Pink Pony on Ludlow Street. And within a few minutes, I fell completely in love with her. She was incredible. Oh my God. Now, she had a body like a teddy bear. No waist at all, no hourglass, which was fine because she was perfect. I fell in love with her immediately, completely in love, wanted to spend every minute of every day for the rest of my life with her. That's how men are, ladies. They maybe don't tell you that because they know if they do tell you that, you'll take them for granted. And you do take them for granted. If a woman can get what she wants, she doesn't want it anymore. So it's a catch-22. I managed to, that first date, convince her to come home with me a few blocks away. She did. And we went sort of crazy in bed, and it was magnificent. And then she saw me. She came back to my place, I think, another time, a couple days later. And I broke my own rules. I think it was the second date. I broke my own rule, which is never fuck on the first 20 dates. If you like a girl, there's no rush. But she was so unbelievable, hot nerd, and she said, "Just so you know, we're not going to fuck." And within about 20 minutes, I'm deep inside of her, fucking her brains out. And she had the greatest, just a very unique pussy. I've never experienced a pussy like it since. Superhuman pussy. Like she was swallowing your whole body. It was incredible. And about the girl from Holland, the 19-year-old Debbie Harry lookalike from Denmark. Changed that in 2008. That was the best pussy of all time. Her pussy hair was like a white rabbit fur. Oh my God. But again, all these situations must end in heartbreak because women don't value people or love or sex because it's too easy for them. Hot nerd and I only got to fuck her 4 times. We went on a bunch of dates, but she's 20 years old. She just wants adventure and fun. And yeah, I'm adventurous and fun, okay? But there's lots of other guys for her to be adventurous and fun with. She wants to try all kinds of different dicks inside of her and everything. She was a little crazy in that she wanted to have a kid. She's like, I really want to have a kid right now. Now, I wasn't in a place in my life where I was like, I'll fucking knock you up right now. I should have. I should have thrown her down on the bed and filled her with as much cum as I could have over and over again. In hindsight, that is what I would do to try and trap her. Of course, the guy, she pretty quickly moved out of the city, moved up to New Hampshire, and got knocked up by some random guy. Now, you can ask him. I'd bet you $5,000 she broke his heart. She never loved him. She never cared about him. She had kids with him, and then they broke up. She's raising the kids. She might be a good mother. She might be a terrible mother. I don't know. I spoke to her recently. She's 35 now. I asked her. I mean, she's been with more guys than she can remember. But I asked her, how many times have you been in love? She says, only once. I said, thank you. That's what I would have predicted. And I said, let me guess. The one man you've ever loved was the married man who just broke up with you. Yep. The one man she's in love with, she says, is the one she couldn't have. That's the Matrix. It's all pre-programmed. It's all utterly predictable, people. And it's all heartbreaking. You know, she's not satisfied. No, nobody wins. We all lose. The kids lose. The kids don't have a family, a mom and a dad who love each other because mom's a psychopath. It's not even mom's fault that she's a psychopath any more than it's our fault that we have 5 fingers on our hands. It's all disastrous. That's why I've never wanted to be alive. As a little boy, I said, okay, this is this is bullshit. All of this life is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Everything is fake. Everything is meant to be unsatisfactory. Fuck this. I mean, if you want a solution, one solution is art and music. If you spend most of your days surrounded by art and music, oh my God, those are drugs without side effects. I can do art for the rest of my life. It's so satisfying. I could just get high and listen to great music. Oh my God, that is so satisfying. It doesn't leave any cravings of any kind or anything. There's no side effects. Art and music are the greatest drug of all time, the greatest sex of all time, whatever you want to call it. Let's give you a few more stories about what it's like to be a sex symbol. Okay, now most guys would be like, "Oh man, you got the fuck hot nerd. She was amazing." You don't know the whole story. I guess I'm not going to go into the whole story. It's not critical, but essentially, she dumped me. You know, we only went out a few times. She was the kind of person I'd be like, "Hey, go with me to the show on Tuesday night." And she'd be like, "I can't. I got other plans." Yeah, with a different dude. So I can't say she dumped me. She never even agreed to date me. I don't think I even said to her, be my girlfriend, but it didn't matter. I couldn't even get her to go out with me half the time because she was unavailable, because I was just another dude she was using for entertainment. Being a sex symbol sucks. Now, let me see if I can give you let me give you a couple more examples of being a sex symbol. Here's one of my fastest cases ever. I was walking to Secret Project Robot in Brooklyn one night. I was pretty drunk because in New York City I had to be drunk all night long because I couldn't deal with the humans and all the misery and suffering and crime of New York City, dishonesty and fakery. It's the world capital of fakery. See how I love to digress? Oh my God. And I was a little lost. I never had a smartphone, so I was like, shit, I thought the street was this next street, but it's not. Where the fuck is that street that Secret Project Robot's on? And somebody's walking by me, so I love to ask strangers for help because I'm very gregarious. And human beings are very insecure and don't communicate with each other. So whenever I can ask help for a stranger, I do because it breaks them out of their little bubble and shell. But this happened to be an attractive girl walking by. And I said, you know what? And she says, no. She says, I'll look it up on my phone for you. I'm like, okay. And this was a point in my life where I was like, I didn't care anymore. Fuck integrity, fuck principles, fuck everything. I don't care anymore. All I want to do is die. So I might as well have some fun. So this girl was pretty randy. She was drunk, and it was, whatever, 9 p.m., 8 p.m., but it was dark night. And she looks it up. She says it's on blah blah street. She's like, let me look in the thing. Oh, she's like, oh, it's 1 block away. She's like, what's there? And I'm like, Secret Project Robot. She's like, oh, maybe I should go with you. Maybe I should go with you. Now that's most men's fantasy. You ask a pretty girl on the street for directions, and she now wants to spend the night with you. Huh? Not bad. Except you're wrong. Not good. So I said, sure. And we walked a couple blocks, and then we got there, and then I said, wait, let's not go in yet. And I was scanning the scene because I wasn't sure if I was going to go in and check out the show. So that's why I was no rush to go inside. And I could hear the music, and the music sounded terrible. And I was like, do I want to go in there? Because once I go in there, I'm trapped. I'm not spending $5 and then going, this sucks, give me my money back, because they're not going to. Or whatever it was. I'm a cheap date. So I waited across the street with this girl. I was talking to her. She's drunk and I'm drunk. And I think I said to her, can I kiss your cheek? And she was like, okay. And then I kissed her cheek. Can I kiss your neck? And she's like, okay. Next thing I know, my hands are inside of her underwear, finger fucking her, and I'm feeling her upper breasts. I don't think she had a bra on. Another reason I love small breasts. I hate bras. And recent studies say that bras do no good for women, but whatever. Don't let me digress. So now, most men would say, that's crazy. You meet a girl and 5 minutes later on the streets of New York City and she's hot and your hands are inside of her clothing? That's fucking killer, dude. Except you're wrong, because she's a woman, which means not her choice. She's crazy. So most of the time we're making out, it's pretty hot and heavy, and then she's like, let's go back to my place. And I'm like, oh, damn. Now, I know how this is always going to go because the woman, this has happened too many times. Women, if they do take me back to their place, they want to fuck me. That means they don't want to just fool around. They want my cock pounding them and pounding them, pounding their dirty slut hole. And while that's fun, it's cheap. And women always get mad at me. I'm like, if I want to just fool around or if I just want to cuddle or snuggle or make out, no, they want to get pounded. And most of them. And I'm not that cheap. I don't fuck around on the first date. I don't just fuck girls. I'm trying to keep my cherry sacred. That's very special. I save intercourse for the most spectacular females. So I know no matter what, it's going to get ugly if I go back to her place. But now, like most women, she goes hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. One minute she's like, get the fuck away from me. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, come back to my place. So you just told me to get the fuck away from me. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Hot nerd was like the two. Hot, cold. Most women are like that. Hot, cold. You can ask the rock stars. They'll tell you women are hot, cold, hot, cold. You can ask the athletes, the star athletes who are rich, who can get any woman they want. They'll tell you women are hot, cold, hot, cold. Now, again, it's not women's fault. That's how they were designed deliberately to push men away. Same reason men want to fuck everything that moves. Women want to fuck zillions of men, but they do it sequentially. Rarely, you can't find a woman who's in love with 6 guys at once. Ask every woman you know who's hot. What's the most number of men you've been in love with at the same time? No, you're not going to find probably one who says 5 or 6. You're probably not going to find one who says 2. In fact, you can ask zillions of hot women and they'll tell you they've never been in love. They've fucked hundreds of men, but they've never been in love because women are cold in their hearts. Just like black widows are, just like lots of females of the animal kingdom species are. They're cold in their hearts. Anyhow, this girl took me back to her place, got me high, and then did a bunch of hot, cold shit, and then finally demanded I leave. I'm like, all right, yeesh. There's no reasoning with her. You can't reason with a woman. They're crazy by nature. Again, I'm not insulting them. It's not their fault. Criticizing a woman for being crazy is like criticizing a woman for having a nose. It's not her fault. Just like criticizing me for having a dick that I want to fuck everything with. It's not my fault. I'm very good at resisting my dick, but most men aren't. But there again, I was a sex symbol. This woman hooked up with me on the sidewalk, took me back to her place, and it was just, in the end, it was like, okay, it was a little cheap fun, but it's not fun to have a hot, cold, dealing with a woman who hurts your feelings or insults you or any of that stuff. That's not fun, and that's almost all women. Let me give you a couple more examples. Shit, we're at 40 minutes. I should have taken some notes, because while I've only fucked 13 girls, And that's a lot, believe me. Now, other people say, no, isn't. No, I've turned down hundreds of gorgeous women. Most of those 13 raped me, too. They got me really drunk, really stoned, because their goal was to get my cock inside of them. And, of course, they were using me, too. Look, now you take a girl like Reverend Jen, who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. There's Jessica Delfino, who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Both of them were crazy, irrationally insecure, violent, all the same cliches that all women, or most women, have. It's called the Matrix. Just like how you can have 5 kids. Guess how many of those 5 kids you have are going to like chocolate or junk food more than broccoli? Guess how many of those kids you have are going to like pizza or fried foods? It's all, we're a species. That's what defines us. Most of us have 5 fingers on our hands. See, we're kind of similar. Most of us have 2 eyes. We're kind of similarly designed. It's amazing. You humans, you have such arrogance. You like to think we're all different. No, we aren't, you fucking liars. It's your fucking ego tricking you. We're all the fucking same. Most of us like a pillow under our head. Not many people prefer a brick. Not many people prefer no pillow. Ask all of your friends. You're going to see a pattern in every category, a pattern over and over and over again. Hey, ask all your friends. Hey, do you like your bare feet in the grass? Watch how many say, no, I hate that. I like socks and shoes. I wish I could wear them all day and all night. We're all the fucking same. Grow the fuck up and move on, people. But let's, I've digressed again, fucker. God damn you, Mother Nature, for making me digress. Let's give you a couple more examples of what it's like being a sex symbol, though, because that's what we want to talk about. But anyhow, yeah, in the end, I had to break up with Reverend Jen and Jessica Delfino. I didn't want to. I tried everything I could to calm down their insanity, and I failed. Of course, to be fair, my mission was impossible. Give a couple big examples of girls who broke my heart. This one was devastating. Last year, I was making music with KK Kaylin Sherrard UR and Debris Bouquet. We were on the sidewalk in Williamsburg, industrial area of Williamsburg, at 1 a.m. on a Saturday night. We were doing our music. He was late, so we missed most of the crowd, so there was no audience. But didn't matter. I make music because I want to make New York City strange. I don't do it for the money. Kaylin does because he's a greedy little right-wing piece of shit. But this was unusual because one girl, there was no audience, but I kept playing also because every time I play, I'm practicing and I'm experimenting. Ooh, look at this, is fun. Woo, it's fun. I'll play forever in a closet for the rest of my life. It's heavenly. Every human should play an instrument. But don't do it in a schooled manner. Do it for fun. Learn on your own. Anyhow, so this one girl kept hanging around. She hung around for an hour, kind of on this, just hanging around like she was listening to us casually. Now, I mistakenly assumed she was going to hit on Kaylin. Kaylin's a cute little boy, Roman little statue of David. All the girls love him. A lot of boys like him too. Amazingly, she hung out that whole time for me. I was surprised. Yes, I'm a sex symbol, but I think I was wearing a disguise too, so she couldn't really see me. Maybe I wasn't, though. I don't remember. Kaylin has short hair. But him and I are both super alpha females. I mean, super alpha males and bold artists. Women like us both. This girl starts talking to me. Let's see how short I can make this story. It was maybe the most magical fling of my life. And some of the best nights of my life. These are the kinds of things I dreamt of my whole life. Girl coming up to me in the middle of the night and taking me away. We chatted it up. Then we were asked to move. Her and I we were going to make music together. I was showing her some stuff. She wanted to learn the guitar. We move a couple blocks away. Kaylin goes off and does whatever. So it's just me and this girl chatting for hours. It's a beautiful summer night. It's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Saturday night. And we're chatting because she wants to learn how to use weird pedals, and I've got my green delay 4, doing all my weird stuff with that, and just my sustainer guitar. And I said to her, I've always wanted to have somebody work the knobs while I play guitar, so I'm doing 4 things at once, yeah. So we do a quick little test, and I record it, and it's magical. She and I have this perfect chemistry. This girl's the girl of my dreams. Every sentence she sang is something I would have scripted. It couldn't have been more perfect. It was unbelievable. She looked a little bit like Taylor Swift meets Charlize Theron meets Michelle Pfeiffer meets Naomi Watts meets, and she was what, 25, 26? Her name was Elizabeth. And we hung out for like 4 hours. It was perfect. It was Hollywood movie perfect, making beautiful music after just meeting. Everything about it was perfect. And then, as the sun was getting close to rising, she said, I gotta go home. I live with my boyfriend. And I thought, oh, fuck. We were hitting it off so perfectly. Fuck. And she lives with her boyfriend. That's trickier. But she gave me her email and she said, let's do this some more. Let's do more recording. And I said, okay. But then I'm very honest. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I immediately went home and emailed her that I would, if I could give her a better life than her boyfriend, I would do whatever it takes to steal her away. But I can't because my life was so fucked up at the time that I could not offer her a better life. She was very impressed by my brutal honesty and my outspokenness, said so. And we met again that night. And we met outdoors again, and we did more recording. Her working the pedal, effects pedal, and looper, and me doing guitar stuff. And it was jaw-dropping shit that I've never heard before. And I've heard a lot of music, a lot of experimental music, a lot of stuff you've never heard. And this was some of the greatest guitar shit I've ever heard in my life. Light years beyond your Hendrixes and other and Fripps. Light years beyond that. And I've never seen any guitarists do that, where they have other people operate the pedals. Crazy genius stuff. And it was magical. That second night was the greatest night of my life. Her and I getting drunk and stoned together. We broke into a garden, special little garden, and did recordings there and late in the night. It was magical, super duper magical. And I asked her to dance, and I hummed in her ear and tried to kiss her, and she was a little frisky and also saying, no, stop it, stop it, you can't do that, stop it. And then I was kissing her knees as she played my guitar, and I worked knobs. Everything about it was beautiful. Third night, she's like, let's go and record some more. Third night, we go out again. Now remember, she says she lives with her boyfriend, but he's on tour as a sound man. So, I think it was the second night. We actually slept in her car the second night because the sun was coming up, and we were both too tired for her to drive home, etc. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. She slept in the front seat. I slept in the back seat. Third night. I think it was third night. We went to another park. And, she said to me, we can't do what we did last night. You biting my neck, you kissing my knees. She says, because I'm very honest and I'm not going to lie to my boyfriend. And you'll screw up my whole life because it's his place. Meaning she doesn't want to be homeless. And I don't have a place she could stay at because I was nomad at the time. Staying with friends and other fucking couch surfing and shit. So she said, we can't do that anymore. We cannot make music if you're going to hit on me. I said, okay, and I understood that. But third night we go out, we're making music, and it's perfect, and she couldn't be more my dream girl. Oh my God, I can't even go into the details. And there's no way. I want her, and I'm going to have her, no matter what. I mean, yes, of course, it's going to all end badly, but this is the girl of my dreams here. And I grab her and start making out with her. And she and I are making out hard, and it's fucking a dream come true, Hollywood movie. Anyhow, so we're making the most brilliant guitar music ever made together. Remember, this is music that no one's ever made or could make. Steve Vai's never made an album. Adrian Belews never made an album where somebody else works all the pedals that I've ever heard anything like this. Never seen or heard anything like it. Jaw-dropping. Oh, I can't believe how brilliant this stuff is. Notice all of it's gone. All of it's gone because of Apple computers and me getting mugged and so many people responsible. Let's not digress. Fourth night, I'm all over her. Oh my God. She's giving in, and we're both going nuts. So good. That might have been a Bizarre Bushwick on the backyard. where I'm feeding her Fireball whiskey through her lips from my lips, and I'm finger fucking her on the picnic bench discreetly while everybody's sitting around. Oh my God, she was so sexy. She even had the small perky breasts, and she'd wear tops where I could go in from the sides and just fondle her for hours. Oh my God. Anyhow, we're supposed to be talking about why being a sex symbol is bad. Now, I was getting what I wanted, which was her. Everything I've ever wanted. Smart, independent girl, making music with me. Everything about her was perfect. Looking at her was unbelievable. Her voice, everything, unbelievable. Which means it has to end badly. And long story short, we basically dated for 3 months. Her boyfriend eventually said, something's wrong, what's up? And she told him. And he threw her out. And that put her life fucked up. And so she was going to have to move back to LA, where she had an apartment she was subletting. And her car was out in LA. And I said, I'll come with you. I'll do whatever it takes. But she was just using me. That's what women do. They just use people. They use people. Again, I'm not blaming the women. They don't have any say in the matter. That's what they do. Women use people. Men do, but in a different way. She was just using me as a fling. She said, you're the second guy. She said, I've been with a bunch of guys, but you're only the second one I've ever loved. And blah, blah, blah. And she repeatedly said that. She said, you can ask my boyfriend of a year. I never told him I love him. And I did tell him I can't be monogamous right now. I like you, and I'll stay with you, and take me to a restaurant, so you can fuck me every night, and I'll sleep with you and all that stuff. I'll be your girlfriend, but... And she was pretty damn honest. And man, the stories I could tell you, wow. But when it was the day before her moving back to LA, and I was like, I'll just show you how serious this was. 8 times I was fucking her, and I came inside of her, knowing I was jeopardizing both of our lives. But I was like, I don't care. I would love to trap you. I fucked her on the fucking carpet of the hallway of her friend's yuppie condo. And by the elevators, I fucked her on roofs. I fucked her in gardens. Oh my God, she was incredible. Fucked her in the movies against the wall, and the back row of the crowd watched the movie. And I would just keep coming inside of her, and she loved it. We both loved it. Fucking passion and danger. Oh boy. But again, she was just using me. Now, had I had money and shit, she would have stayed with me. But she still would have been using me. She wasn't like, you got to come to LA. I'm like, I love you. Oh, really? You love me, but you don't want to stay with me because I don't have money, etc. right now. Horrible. I mean, she didn't say any of those things. But the night before, she was catching a plane back to LA, and she'd been pretty evasive and cryptic about our future together, which I already knew what it meant. She's programmed. There's no mystery here, people. But her and I, we fucked in the playground, and then we got mugged by a crackhead who stole the laptop, which had all the sex videos we made, which were unbelievable, and all of the music we had done for the past 3 months, because I couldn't back it up because the Apple kept fucking glitching. Long story. I would murder Apple just for that alone. The world should murder Apple. The music you lost cannot be replicated. I can find another music. Your argument that you can get any singer and it's like Led Zeppelin. Nope, you're wrong. Jimmy Page could never find that chemistry again. You're wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Pink Floyd can get anybody. You get another bassist to replace Roger Waters. It's just different. Same thing, but different. No, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. It's all ruined. And she went ice cold. We fucked right on the fucking Jungle Gym set. And then she coldly, like a fucking Black Widow, basically, she went cold, like on the drop of a dime, hot cold, and she basically said, like, gave me the, well, I'll never see you again speech. Not exactly in those words, but she gave me the, it was a great summer and I'll never see you again. Have a nice life. And horrifying. to see, I mean, most of you have experienced that, how human beings can be just so ice cold and how they have no emotions. They're just zombies and how they just use people. I mean, humans are just the best solution is we need to erase them. The humans have to be removed from the planet. That's the only really intelligent solution, but whatever. It can happen soon enough. Will eventually happen, so there is some hope. But, and then even after she left, we kept in touch. She was great, but also horrible. Sending me texts like, I did something I've never done before. I fucked myself with a banana last night while thinking about you. Oh, great. But you never want to see me again. Fuck you. Until you find the next guy. And she said, I'm not into monogamy. So, in this time of my life, I'm not really in the mood for monogamy. I said, everything you're saying is false, okay? And within a couple months, she wrote to me and said, I am seeing a new guy now. You should stop texting me. I'm seeing a new guy now, and I'm very happy being monogamous. And I said, thank you. At least you had the courage to admit you were full of shit, and I was completely right. You lied about everything. You're now staying at this guy's place. We know how it works. This shit was a cliche 50,000 years ago. So being a sex symbol there, I got the girl. But only if you have the money, etc. can you sometimes sort of keep the girl. And I'm the kind of guy, no girl gets bored of dating me. I'm always fun and always exciting to be with. But that's not good enough. If I had money, etc., yes, they would stick around sometimes as long as you want. But it's not real. Now, you might say, well, that was better than my summer. My summer, I jerked off a lot. No, you're wrong, because you didn't have your heart ripped out remotely as much as I did. Okay? Yes had it right when they said owner of a lonely heart, much better than owner of a broken heart. Shakespeare was wrong. 'Tis better to have loved than have never loved and lost than have never loved at all. I don't agree. And most of you who've had your heart ripped out will say it's the worst thing that will ever happen to you. It's worse than car crashes. It's worse than breaking bones. It's worse than anything. Having your heart ripped out. Now, when you're a sex symbol, it means you have your heart ripped out more than anybody else ever could. And you understand? Because I've had gorgeous teenage girls naked in my bed begging me to fuck them, and I'm smart enough to know this is going to end badly no matter what, and it always does. So, I could give you many more stories about being a sex symbol, but I shall not. Well, I'll give you that one more. I was at Goodbye Boo Monday in Brooklyn, New York City, Bushwick, and at an open mic, fun open mic, by this right-wing piece of shit, Joe Crow Ryan. And this girl gets up. None of us knew who she was, and she looked fabulous. She had some kind of 1970s disco Mary Tyler Moore outfit on. It was like, all right, she doesn't even have to do anything. She looks great. Her hairdo looks like fucking Tony Tennille from Catman Tennille. This girl was like some cool 1970s dream. And she gets up. We don't know what to expect with her nylon string acoustic guitar, and she says, her first lines are, I'm only 18, so I'm a little nervous. Now, of course, everybody in the audience is like, damn, all right, she's pretty hot, an 18-year-old. She's only 18, holy fuck. Because most of these places, you're going to get 21 plus. And she starts singing, and she knocked us all out. Mary Moonlight, voice of a fucking super angel, like getting fucking jerked off by God. Mary Moonlight, wow, what a voice. And then accidentally we end up talking at the end of the night. And talking and talking. She's like, I'm 18, I don't really want to go home. I don't like my family. And I'm like, oh boy. And we chat. And then she's like, I want to go. Will you take me to other open mics? And I'm like, sure. There's one tomorrow. There's one on Thursday. There's two on Thursday. If you want to go to that. So her and I start hanging out. Almost immediately. The first night she asked me how old I am. And she's like, damn, you're really old. And I'm like, yeah, and you're really young. And I wasn't planning on hitting on her. But then she was lonely and kind of nerdy and kind of a loner. So she wanted a boyfriend. She told me her and all of her friends thought I looked like I was some kind of gorgeous model type. Like when my friends saw you, they said, damn, he's more than good looking. He's like a fucking model. Blah, blah, blah. And she pretty quickly wanted to be my girlfriend. But she was a terrible person. So turned out she was a terrible little narcissist. So pretty quickly I was like, okay, this ain't gonna work. But I continued to help her with her career and stuff like that. But she did use me, even though I dumped her. She still used me. But there was a sex symbol. Yes, I got to come inside of her a bunch of times. It's great. She offered me her virginity, and I said no. But again, still heartbreaking because somebody else took her virginity. So it rips your heart out. So it's all bad. It's all bad. So please stop thinking that being a sex symbol is good. It is horrible. Even most female sex symbols will tell you it's horrible. You're an actress. You want to be judged on your acting ability. But no, the producers just want to fuck you, and the director just wants to fuck you, and the casting agents just want to fuck you. And if you won't fuck them, the next pretty girl will, because there's an endless supply of pretty girls who will fuck them. It's all bad. Being beautiful is even worse than being ugly. You don't get it. The human condition is a lose-lose proposition. I'm trying here to help you out. Wait, there was maybe one or two more things I wanted to say about being a sex symbol. This will probably glitch. I might have an hour and 45 seconds. It'll probably glitch and lose everything I recorded because it is Apple product, and Apple computers are complete fucking wretched garbage. No joke. I spend 3 to 8 hours a day now wrestling with this thing to get it to do things like word processing, to get it to do things like load a video, to get it to do things like load a web page in Safari. Nothing works. To get iTunes to play it, to open up a playlist can take fucking 10 minutes. It's unbelievable how they've destroyed every inch of my life, and I wish I could rip their fucking hearts out, every one of them, with my fucking bare teeth. Anyhow, yeah, you're talking to a guy who fucking walks down. I'm in New Hampshire right now. I finally escaped New York City, and I like it. I rarely see an attractive female. I rarely see even people. My landlord's daughter is 17, and she appears to have a crush on me, and she's kind of hot and smart, and very funny. So, yeesh, that can't end well. But, example, I went to a grocery store the other day. Now, I'm in my fucking 40s, okay? Yeah, I look like I'm in my 30s, but still. And I walk in, and the first cash register girl's this cute teenage blonde. And as I'm leaving the store 15 minutes later, she wasn't even my cashier. I'm just going towards the exit, and she just goes, bye. All day long. In New York City, I just walked down the street, and every woman would look me in the eyes and smile and look at me a little too long in my eyes, smiling. Oh, boy. It's horrible. I'm not some piece of meat you can just fucking suck. I have a heart, okay, you fucking monsters. I am, and I have it even worse than most people and most guys because I am super sensitive and super romantic and super classy. So while other guys might be like, oh well, you win some, you lose some. Another slut fucked me and sucked me, and I'll never see her again. But I'm not like that. If I'm gonna make out with a girl, she's got to be somebody I really like. I'm not gonna just fucking make out with random girls. She's got to be attractive. She's got to be smart, funny, etc., etc., etc. You know what I mean? She can't be some dumb bitch who looks like a dumb bitch wearing high heels. Ugh. If a girl's wearing high heels, it's right there. It's like, ugh. Why would I go near a girl with high heels? That's gross. It tells me she's fucking a robot, a fucking airhead, an ass kisser, a fucking illogical anti-tomboy. Blop, blop, blop. Okay, I guess we'll end this. I know I'm leaving out lots of important points, but it's really rough making these with no plan or outline of any sort. Thank you for your consideration. And remember, spread the truth because we can't move forward until everyone is on the same page and we start to be honest about how being rich sucks as much as being poor. Being famous sucks as much as being anonymous. Burp. Being hot and sexy like I am It's really sad too. It breaks my heart because I have no problem. Like here in New Hampshire, I'm celibate. I could go to a bar and fuck as many dumb chicks as I want, but I don't mind being celibate. I love doing my art and music. I'd be glad to do that 24 hours a day for the rest of my life. Never see another woman again. However, it feels horrible, and I feel terribly guilty because it's like, wow, what a waste. I'm the greatest boyfriend of all time, and if you doubt that, I can go into great detail that proves it. And step forward and debate me, you fucking cowards. I'm the greatest boyfriend of all time on 150 levels. But it's tragic because I'm the most loving person in the world. Example with Delfino, all day long in our house, I'd say, oh, hug break, and throw her down on the bed and make out with her and kiss her and stuff. I'm super, super lovey-dovey. I always like it to be fun too. And not uptight like most people. But I'm wasting it. I've got an amazing dick. I've got an amazing ass. I love my breasts. My breasts are fantastic. I've gotten compliments on them many times before. Most guys would kill to have a full head of luxurious hair like me. So I have all these things that most men would kill for, that we would pay for. And I don't use any of it. I'm like the world's greatest grand piano, locked in a storage unit, rusting away. So I feel horribly guilty for that. You know how many women there are in this world who are actually smart, funny, and cool tomboys, who don't go near guys? Ellen Page is probably not lesbian, like many lesbians. She's a lesbian because men are disgusting. So when she says, I don't like men, I like women, she doesn't quite mean it that way. What she means is men are disgusting, shithead, immature losers. And she's right. She can't find a guy who's in her league. I, of course, am. There are lots of girls out there like that who are classier, who are not interested in fucking lots of guys. They can't find the right guy, and they never will find the right guy. And I would definitely be their perfect man, but I will never meet them. And so it feels horrible wasting. Nobody hates waste more than me. Since I was a little boy, I hate waste. I recycle paper. I don't recycle paper. I use used paper. I take my fucking cardboard boxes and use them for art projects and stuff. I do not like wasting anything. And I'm wasting the greatest man of all time. Ugh, that feels horrible. I should be out there using my gifts. But nope. It's all waste. Everything in this world is a waste. I shouldn't even be making music or art because all of it gets destroyed by my fellow artists and fake liberals and fake artists. So, and Apple destroys all my art music too. So, what's the fucking point? I would much rather die. Life is a pointless series of heartbreaks, miseries, agonies, and suffering. I knew that by the age of 5. Most people don't realize that till like they're in their fucking 30s. Yeesh, talk about slow on the curve. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up, or at least try. Let's see if I can do it. Thank you for your patronage. Not really, I don't give a fuck. I would love to record many more stories of all my female adventures, but it's all a waste. So good luck to you. I must say that alcohol and marijuana did wonders. I avoided them most of my life, and that was easily the biggest mistake I ever made. Oh fuck, how do I stop this? Over and out.